On day 14 we drove from Vercorin to Sion, the capital of the Valais canton. This route was mostly driving downhill up from the mountain into the valley. Once we got into Sion, we walked up to the Basilique de Valais. It was really hard walking up these cobbled steps to the basilica because it was extremely hot that day. This basilica is a mix of a fortification, a museum, and the church itself. It was August 1st, the national holiday in Switzerland, and many places were closed, so we decided to get a museum ticket because all the museums were open. After the museum, we saw the church, which was built in the 11th century. Unfortunately, I don't have a video from the church, I only took pictures. Before we left the basilica, we used the bathroom and the changing table to change Adrian. Then we walked up the next hill to see the Château de Tourbillon. Walking up to the chateau was even harder than walking up to the basilica because there were no trees, no shade, so Laura used the umbrella to at least have a little shade for Adrian. From the chateau, you had a magnificent view of the basilica that we had just visited. Unfortunately, there are only ruins left from the chateau. Still, it offered very nice views of the surrounding area. As our family museum ticket included other museums in the city, we decided to walk back down to Sion. The first museum we saw in the city was this one, which was once a prison. Every cell was a little exhibit room. The city was fairly empty because it was a national holiday, so we decided to see more museums. The next museum we saw was this Natural History Museum. The last museum we saw that day was the art museum in an old castle. Adrian was wearing his little Swiss outfit we got in Interlaken for the Swiss national holiday. After the art museum, we went back to our Airbnb apartment to have some dinner, enjoy the view, and Adrian took a closer look at the museum pamphlets. It There were some fireworks at night celebrating the national holiday.